This is a mic check because our mic is absolute dog.
Welcome back, guys. The reason why we just had to do that was because we filmed a whole entire video for you this week, and when we came to play it back, there's no sound on any of the clips.
I think like one clip had sound, and then I think unfortunately it was since you picked the camera up.
It was.
After you picked the camera up.
If you're new around here, we are usually traveling the world in our home on wheels, but right now we are back because this guy had better plans.
We have a wicked project. We have a Volkswagen T4 Razorback.
I must admit, Chris has always wanted to work on this van, but it wasn't until his dad turned around and said it's going to the scrapyard that I got a little bit invested too, because I know that any Volkswagen does not belong in the scrapyard, and it's just too much of a good opportunity to miss up. So
I literally manifested this into my life. For the last like 3 years, I'd look at it and be like, that van needs some work. I just don't have the time to do it. And then it's happened. Now the time has come, we can do it.
But if this is your first video, we have got a couple of videos before this where this one decided to take the roof off.
It's going to be an awesome pickup truck, team. I want you to see my vision. It went from originally thinking that people will be able to use it for motorbikes, quad bikes and things like that. I've even thought now like gardeners could use it. Anyone that's got like heavy machinery, they just need to move it around quite often and things like that. So yeah, being a pickup truck, it's going to be quality. I'm going to put a nice big elastic black thing over the top to keep it waterproof when they're not using it. So yeah, the next owner is going to absolutely love it, and it's going to be so clean.
And it also has a hydraulic floor which goes all the way to the floor. Now in last week's video we tried to show you the fact that we've got this working. So cut into the bit of us actually using it up and down now. That's right, we got it working, which only means one thing. Chris only went and got the van started again. Now let's catch you up with the reason why the van wouldn't start last week.
So guys, continuing on from last week's vlog.
It's just completely conked out. This is take 23. Are you ready? No.
I've had to get the starter motor out. I'm just about to plug the battery onto this and see if it actually works or not, or whether we need a new one. To be honest, I'm actually hoping that this doesn't work, because then at least I know what the problem is. Because if this does work, it means I've got an electrical issue somewhere else in the van. But that is actually, that connector there is looking really minging. And that's the switch one. That's the one, because you have your live going to there, your negative, because it's earth to the engine. You have your live going there, and this is the signal switch. So as you turn over the van with the key, it sends a signal to put the 12 volts in there through this wire to kick the motor in. So it could actually be that is just way too dirty. I tried cleaning it when it was up in place, but I might take it into the workshop now, give it a bit of a refurb, and we could have a goer for a starter motor. Starter motor is all in. It's been cleaned up, all the connections. So I'm just going to put the battery terminals on now, do them right up, and then we should be good to go. And let's pray this engine ticks over. That's them on tight. Let's go and check it, team. Go and check it. Keys are already in the ignition. Here we go. Sorry about the tarp. We had because I've taken this seal off, it's actually leaking in the door, so I have to put this seal back on. But here goes. Here we go. So it works. The starter motor works. We started! Whoa, 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 whoa. That's good. That is amazing. Van started. We are good. Starter motor works. It was just the connections. Oh yeah.
Hey team! It's time to work on the van. We have a dry and windy day today, She's looking amazing, and Chris wants me to go outside and we're going to talk through what was on the MOT, like why it failed and what we got left to do. And if you watched last week's video, you'll see that we went to go and write a big van list, but then it wouldn't start, so that didn't happen. But today we're writing a big van list and figuring out what it is that we've still got left to do on her.
Guys, you're not going to believe it. I'm not even sure if this clip is going to work, but all the clips we've just done, removing the sides, that whole video in, our microphone has stopped working and it's not been playing.
Seeing as we lost the sound to our clips this week, I'm going to explain what we managed to do today. Chris decided that he wanted to take the sides off the van, just so that we could see what we were dealing with underneath. Of course, this was not as easy as it sounds, as the bolts had completely rusted, like all the others had on the van, so they needed to be drilled out. Once we did get it off, we exposed a lot more surface rust and a load of build-up of mud.
We still have a big long list of jobs to do. I'm here sat all excited and things like that, but it's a really wet day today here in Tavistock, so that's why we're not out actually cracking on with it. But yeah, we have a long list of things to do.
This is why we're going to write a nice list of what we've got left to do.
I don't think this is going to be big enough, but we can make a start.
Small.
We can make a start.
Now, in last week's video, I did say to you that there's a Volkswagen festival at the end of August. Now, that is currently 1 week away.
So that's not going to happen. I'm going to be realistic now, guys. It's not going to happen. There's no way I'm going to get through an MOT by next week.
Well, we're going to write a list anyway, and we have seen that they've got Oktoberfest in October
that could be good.
with Volkswagen, so perhaps we can go to that one.
We'll go for that one.
Because I ain't planning on sticking around here that much longer.
I know.
We said a month max, and we're already into 6 weeks.
But we want it to be its best, didn't we? So that's why.
Okay, so let's go. You know what we got to do. Let's write this list.
The first job is going to be... we need to seal it up. Oh no, we actually need to cut the back off. So cut structural back.
Cut.
Structural. Oh.
I'm writing cut back off because I ain't got a lot of room here.
No.
Okay.
And with that comes the rewiring of the hydraulics. I have to move the hydraulic wire and a couple of the cables.
Rewire cables.
How's the cleaning
I
of
need
the
to
cab
clean
going?
the interior.
So cab refurb. So next on the list, it's going to need an MOT. So we got to get it through an MOT. Past the MOT, we need to check all the lights. So check all lights work. As you guys also saw, I did a lot of welding on the driver's side. I now have to weld the passenger side up just around the archway and things like that. I do have to weld a bracket into the rear of the van. I cut that out yesterday and I'm having some new ones made up. So that's going to be 5mm mild steel. That's going to be welded in the back. So a lot of welding to still be done, babe.
We're also going to be under sealing the whole of the van.
Oh, so that's what I'm most excited for.
Yeah, protecting it from all of the rust and making it look brand new. So
before we do that though, it's going to have to be like proper sanded down.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to take all the old rust off, any loose bits of metal that do need replacing. We're going to have to make sure they are all replaced, and then hopefully we're going to get a good under seal on it and make it look spick and span. We also need to fix the roof. There's that tiny, I think there's actually a small leak in the roof. It's coming in and then affecting the headliner in the cab. I don't think it's going to be much. I think it's just a bit of sealant that's come out or something. So we just have to do that.
Most importantly, team, she needs some new wheels.
Yes, she does.
We're not really 100% sure which ones we want, but we think we got an idea.
Oh, 100% we've got an idea.
Don't we?
Yeah. Cannot wait for you guys to see them because they're going to look so good. We'll probably do a custom paint job on them ourselves. Also had a little bit of detailing which will be lush, and some nice new tyres. So she'll be flying through that MOT.
Is there anything else before I write paint van?
Okay, because that's going to be like the last thing you do.
Hydraulic floor, how's that doing? Although we've got it
I do
working-
have to fit a new ram, or at least repair a ram, because it's leaking. So just put replace/repair leaking ram. One of the rams on the back, the very last one as the hydraulic fluid comes to, it's got a tiny little leak, and me and my old man, when the van was working 6 years ago, we just put some like putty stuff on it to try and fix it, but it's not held very well. So I have actually got 4 spare rams in one of the containers, so I might use one of them. If I don't do that, I'll just repair it.
I've got space for like one more thing.
Well, let's make that one more thing the biggest one.
We're gonna give her some new skin.
What colour though?
We're still not 100%
No,
sold.
we're not sold yet.
We thought we would go olive because we've got leftover paint and it is our favourite colour, but it could be anything.
I think she'll look cool in a different colour.
Now, is there anything else we can think of?
Oh, I have to do all the rear discs and pads.
Well, I've got no room to... Shall I have to write the back now?
Yeah, you might have to write on the back.
Oh my god, team, we're going on to the back. Right.
So it needs new discs and pads on the rear. As you saw, I fitted those new ones to the front and they are looking good. We also have to paint the calipers.
Yes.
She thinks this is going to be done by October.
Oh, come on. I'm missing adventures on the road and so's Fletcher.
Okay, you're going to have to pull your finger out and come outside and help me a bit more.
Okay. How do I spell calipers? Anything else?
I think we should leave that list there, to be honest, because that is a long list.
Well, this is for everything.
I know.
Is there anything else on the MOT? Because the MOT was an extensive list.
A lot of it was lights. I've fixed the structural soundness. The brake discs I'm going to be doing. It says a couple of the brake pipes are corroded, so I'll have to look at the brake pipes. It's generally, a lot of it's going to be cosmetic and making her look nice again. Structurally, she's sound. She's going to be so sound.
Back door.
Oh god, yeah, that's going to be my absolute brain ache, that's going to be.
So basically, we took both the back doors off with great ease because they'd completely seized. Oh my god, I'm so... And we're not really sure now that we're taking the roof off how the back door situation is going to work. Whether we're going to have to use the original doors and have the same sort of mechanism, or whether we're going to get a new door that we can like open, like one big solid door.
Yeah, what I've seen online, because to be honest, there's not actually too much out there. There's hardly any information on these vans, but people who have converted them have done a really cool conversion on the back where they've got one big door that opens up at the back. You can drive the things in, push things in, whatever you need, and it shuts and locks, which is the thing I really would like to do. So that's what I'm going to try my best at. We do have a spare barn door, because we had, I don't know what you'd call it. Were they barn doors?
I really don't know. It's just one big door that opens.
Yeah, so there's one big door that opens where the hinges were on the roof and that come up. So we've got a spare one of them because my dad did acquire, shall I say, a full set of trim for the van. So he was going to do it up years and years ago, but he just never got around to it, too busy and things like that. So the time has come now for it to be done. So yeah, I want to use that big door. I might have to cut a bit off it and get it to be a nice opening door, but we'll make it work.
Yes, that's going to be...
I might have to just weld up a bit of a frame for it or something. I think you'll find it'll fit like a glove.
I'm just starting to sit here, team, and the realisation's coming in. Like, we've not done this, and I feel like I'm getting more and more overwhelmed. There's so much to do.
We've got this though. It's going to be so much fun.
You said it wasn't going to be too big a job.
I knew it was going to be a massive job.
We also are going to check a plate and get a new floor for the hydraulic floor.
God,
that's
yes.
completely rusted out. So we need to check a plate.
So just put order checker plate.
Tell me that's it.
I generally do think that's it. Have you put new wheels down?
Yeah. That was on my first page.
I like it. I like that. At least now we can actually have this hung up somewhere, or at least in visual view, and I can be like, what do I need to do today? And I can pick from whatever I want to do. So that's going to be amazing, actually. Because sometimes you get to a point where you're like, oh, what should I start next? And you just don't want to start then because you're like, oh, I don't know where to start. But now I do have this list. It's amazing. We can go to it and get some stuff done. We are also going to have to get some bits ordered up for this stuff. So over the weekend, we will get these bits ordered up, ready for a productive week next week. Sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Come on, don't seem too dazed about it.
I mean, it's a lot, isn't it?
You've got this, babe. We've got this. We are the travel duo. We can do this.
I mean, I've been editing all the videos and I thought we'd done so much.
We have done so much. Stop knocking us. We've done loads. If you wrote the things that we have done on that list as well, it would probably be another 2 pages. So we are getting there for sure.
Do you think that's it? I can't think of anything else.
No, I think we are done, guys. I think that's going to be the big van list.
If there's anything you can think that we need to check or we need to add on to this, let us know.
Or if you want any more information about the van, generally reach out and I can tell you so much about it, because the history of the vans are actually really interesting. So drop a comment below and we'll make sure we get back to you if you do want any information about the van at all.
They are super rare. Not many of the Razorbacks were made.
And not many of them are actually a 2.5 diesel engine. And normally the European ones were a 2.5 petrol engine, and you can imagine the fuel efficiency wasn't very good. And if you know Volkswagens, the 2.5 TDI turbo engine is the one. That's what we had. That's what we had in our T4.
They are the best.
Yeah, they are brilliant.
So I really hope we managed to put together a video for you this week where it's just an update, show you what we got left to do. We have had a productive week on it. The sun's been shining and we did video quite a lot, but we just had no sound.
We had a technical difficulty.
Yeah. Someone's tired.
I am so tired.
Super tired.
Yeah.
But we really, really appreciate you tuning into our videos, joining us whilst we take a little pause in our adventures right now to give this van a new life and a second chance and not head to the scrapyard.
And as always, we appreciate you. We love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video. We do hope you are enjoying the renovation that we are doing on this van.
You're doing such a good job. Show him some love in the comments, because he honestly deserves so much. Like, you honestly have been smashing.
Hey, I've got you. You're giving me the tea, you're giving me the coffee, you're giving me the breakfast, dinner, lunch, everything. So,
and I actually got some really dirty hands this week, team.
You smashed it.
We're taking those sides off and scrubbing that dirt. It was a hard one.
It was a hard job.
So I'm getting in there now. I'm getting stuck in.
And I'm enjoying you working with me.
Good.
We do well as a team together.
We make a good team,
we
don't
do.
we? Right, thank you so much. We shall see you next week.
We need an emoji.
Oh, yes.
We need an emoji.
What should we be? Last week was praying hands because
she wasn't even
she
starting
wasn't
last week.
but she has started now.
Yeah.
Well done. I'll tell you what, team. I know which one.
What one?
Let's put the clock, because the clock is ticking.
Yes, that's a great shout. I love that one. We're on a time limit. Let's do it.
The clock is ticking. We've got to get this van finished because we need to hit the road. She needs a new owner before winter really truly sets in. So the clock is ticking. Pop the clock emoji if you've made it this far in the video. We appreciate every single one of you. And we'll see you next week.
See ya!